The 5-star Marriott World Center Resort played host to members of the association from July 8th to the 12th, 2015.
We welcome you warmly to Orlando. We look forward to spending the next few days with you, and we hope you will take the time to reconnect with old friends, colleagues.
The annual convention of ANPA is a mixture of scientific conference and social events. But first, the gathering focused on the conference theme, which is healthcare delivery during conflicts, disasters and epidemics, looking particularly at the Ebola epidemic, cholera, managing victims of terrorist attacks and natural disasters.
The program committee has lined up key participants in curtailing the Ebola virus epidemic around the world, who will share valuable lessons.
Different speakers made their impactful contributions to the robust 2-day discussions.
So all you need to do is check the hepatitis B surface antigen, and you'll be able to know if they've been exposed.
The high point of the discussions came when the Chief Medical Director of First Consultant Medical Center in Lagos, Nigeria, the hospital where the Indus Ebola case in Nigeria was taken to, held the audience spellbound when he took everyone on a journey to ground zero of Nigeria's Ebola crisis.
Mr. Sawyer came Monrovia, Accra, Lome, Lagos. Landed that evening of the 20th of July. So at about 9 o'clock that evening, he's at First Consultants. We just decided, we banded together and we said, look, we're going to do this. He's not getting out of here. We don't care what the ambassador says. There are many lessons. One of them is only one superior provision that allows you to decline the patient exiting. But you must document it. And you have to be sure that you're doing it, you're declining in the public good. Why am I so emotional? 7 people died in Nigeria. 7. Then Mr. Sawyer. 4 of them were my staff. 4.
A house physician with the First Consultant Hospital, Dr. Ada Igono, also shared her experience of how she contracted Ebola, survived, and overcoming social stigma.
I asked one of the officials of the World Health Organization, am I high risk or low risk? Because I just touched the IV bag. And when I touched him when he died, I wore double gloves. He said, hey, don't worry, it's just the IV bag. You're fine. Okay, so we're fine. All we had to do was test, check our temperatures morning and night. So we're giving temperature sheets and thermometers. That was the beginning of the horror. After survival, I got home and I still had to deal with, a lot of joint aches and pains, and there was, a new thing I had to deal with, and that's stigmatization. Stigmatization, I learned, is not just about, it's not just restricted to the uneducated. Even the educated stigmatize. And it was, for me, a shock because I felt, doctors would not stigmatize because they know, the origin, they know everything there is to know about Ebola virus disease. I went for a continuous medical program where I had spoken to the doctors and given them my story. And then, after I had spoken, one of the doctors, an elderly man, actually stood up and said, Ada, I'm sorry, I love you, but I will not hug you. I will not hug you. So the people around him were actually shocked at his response. Because he's a doctor, an elderly doctor, and they said, why? He said, how do we know that they won't come and say Ebola is on the skin after you have survived? So the first step to overcoming stigmatization is understanding those who stigmatize are ignorant. When you understand that what they need is education.
One of the things that everybody kept saying is, if you think this is bad, Wait and see what happens if it gets into Nigeria. And so I have to commend my colleagues here today from that country, who obviously proved most of the epidemiologists wrong.
And more discussions on how to drive healthcare improvement in Africa, particularly Nigeria.
Let the Ministry of Health take the lead in tertiary healthcare. That is, having a national quality improvement department, not even a unit, and leveraging on the QAnon of this particular conference to let the people at home know that we need hospital ranking system, a reward system for those who do well, and then at the end of the day, have it all wrapped up from the Ministry of Health, because that's the funding body.
All kind of good things are there. There are many policies in Nigeria. But until you have the enabling environment for things to move, you can have pockets of excellence, but to go across the board will be difficult. So the strategy I propose to ANPA, to MANSAC, or to anybody who is interested, NMA included, is that we need to define the key priorities in getting our country moving again and get the president to understand that vision. Thank you.
It was not all about serious talks. On the social side, the regular Zumba classes, annual golf classic, and ladies' heart and tea also featured prominently. As it's the tradition, the 2015 ANPA convention was rounded off with a gala banquet and special awards, with everyone well dressed for the night. To further set everyone in a relaxed mood, a Nigerian comedian, Sheyi Brown, literally cracked the ribs of many with his jokes.
Here in America, some things that the Americans will baffle me, and one of it is that no matter what you do, whether they are happy or they are sad, they express it by crying. And that confuses me, because where I come from, we only cry when there is agony. When you see an African woman cry, you know that she has lost her jewelry or her wallet. Nigerian men cry when they have lost money. Here, whether they are happy or they are sad, oh my God, they cry. Like for instance, here in this part of the world, when you propose, what do? They cry. They say tears of joy. Now when you break their heart, it's the same thing. So how do you know the difference? Or like where we come from in Nigeria, when you propose, our eyes are dry because they are already expectant. So when you propose to an African woman, you expect her to cry. You don't say, we've been doing that for a while now. She said, I'm saying this because I want you to be the mother of my children. You've been saying that for 2 years. Now bring the ring, you're not laying down. So will you be my wife? I say, thank God, for the past 2 years you've been waiting. It's not a surprise.
The first set of awards for the night went to those founding members of ANPA who have contributed in different ways to bring the association to the enviable position it stands today. Also, Institutional Awards of Excellence was given to First Consultant Medical Center for its excellence in clinical quality, Channels Television for excellence in healthcare coverage. Just before the final set of our works, ANPA members, their families, as well as guests, took to the dance floor to have a feel of the fun that pervaded the night. A pause to the dance for everyone to catch their breath and for the presentation of awards to some of those who have made exceptional contribution to ANPA. Now back to the dance floor as DJ Babu made sure that everyone had unlimited fun and excitement as ANPA members look forward to the 22nd convention of the association in Las Vegas in 2016.